For those of you who are looking to invest in Detroit single-family home properties, the current model now is basically buy rental properties. Everybody wants the best house on the best street with the highest rent, great tenants. You know, that's the wish list. Everybody wants it. Well, guess what? It's driving the prices up. Prices have gone up significantly over the last couple of years. A typical single family home bringing in anywhere from $700 to $800 a month rent was selling for about $25,000. Today, that property sells for $40,000, if not more. Which brings me to this next item. A little self-promotion here, pretty excited about it. Front page news 2 Fridays ago. Want $1 million home? Detroit is the spot. Real estate article talking about the record-breaking year Detroit had in real estate. While I'm working, I get this phone call from an editor from the Detroit Free Press. Says, "Hey, Steve, we've been watching your social media and want to know if you'd like to be involved in an article about Detroit real estate." Absolutely, I would like to. So it goes through and talks about some of the record-breaking sales, and then they have a little bit of article here about investment properties. Right here, it says Stella Bargain. Down here, it says Stephen Edward from Downtown Realty talking about properties that used to be $25,000 are now $40,000, and it goes on to talk about the investment market. So very exciting to be a part of that and see it in writing. Also, to go with that, I get an email that says, "Hey, you've made the top 20." And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? I made the top 20. I get this. It says top Detroit real estate agents on social media. And it goes through and it talks about these Detroit real estate agents have managed to turn heads in the city's real estate market by increasing their presence using social media channels. And it talks about the algorithm that they use in ranking all the different agents and how they made their selection. And lo and behold, we have Mr. Stephen Edward makes it to number 20. I made the top 20 list. So very exciting that people are actually reading my social media, checking my Facebook page, checking out my YouTube channel, and reading the information I put out there. Which has brought me to this video on how I can help you be more profitable and successful in the new year 2018. Wouldn't you like that? I think everybody would like to be a little bit more successful. So you want to invest in Detroit? You want to take advantage of all the great deals? Well, let me give you a couple of pointers and some insight on what I've seen going on and tell you the difference between the great deal and a great value. Everybody thinks they're going to find a property for 10 grand, 20 grand, 25,000 with a tenant in there. It's not the deal you think it is. You have to look past the numbers and see what really happens. Let me give you an example of what makes me cringe. I'm just sharing this with you because I want you to know, I want to educate you as the buyer and try to help you make a better decision so that you can take advantage of some of the deals down here in Detroit. The thing that makes me cringe the most is I sit down with an investor and I talk to them about what they want, and we get the criteria, and I'm like, okay, I have what you want, and immediately I'm thinking, okay, I have some properties that I can give them. They're turnkey, and you're talking like $38,000 a door up to $50,000 a door for the properties, collecting anywhere from $700-800 a month rent. Some of the properties are even rehabbed. But then I get a phone call 2 days later. It says, "Hey, Steve, can you check this property out for me? I found it on Zillow. It's $25,600 a month rent." This is a true story. It's so frustrating. I'm like, yeah, I'll check out the property for you. I already know how it's going to go because I've been through it 100 times. Pick up the phone, try to call. I got to call 3-4 times before I finally get somebody to answer the phone. Usually it's a day or two. I finally get a hold of the co-lister, the assistant to the actual agent. I say, "Hey, is this property still available?" "Yes, it is." "Can you tell me if this is a warranty deed or quit claim deed?" "Oh, I'm not really sure." Well, can you find out for me? I have a cash buyer. "Yeah, let me find out." Another day or two goes by. I got to hunt this person down again and say, "Hey, did you find out if this is a quit claim deed or warranty deed?" "Oh, yeah, it's a quit claim deed." "Okay, well, do you know what the delinquents are so that we can get a warranty deed?" No, I need to find out. I'm not really sure. I'm actually, I'm just helping out. It's actually for my uncle, and he has a relative that's living in the property. Well, do you have a copy of the lease? No, there is no lease. Okay, you see all the red flags that start flying. We haven't even got to the property yet. We don't even know if there's repairs that need to be made. We don't know what the delinquents are of why it's a quitclaim deed, and we have somebody with no lease. So what this means to you as a buyer, number one, if they don't have a lease, you essentially have a house with a squatter. Well, guess what that means? That costs you money to evict them, get them out. Or the other option is to try to get them to sign a lease. Well, how do you get them to sign a lease? We don't even know what they're paying. We don't know what they can afford. We don't know what their credit. We don't know anything. We have to go into it. Then we have to address the issue of why is it a quitclaim deed? Oh, as it turns out, there's like $6,300 in back taxes. So the $25,000 deal, you add your $6,300 in taxes. Now you're at $31,300. Plus you have this eviction or trying to figure out how to. You're buying a headache, and I'm not saying you can't find deals out there. Yes, you can find those needles in the haystack, but my business is working with people that already have these properties. That's where I spend my time, is putting together deals on performing properties. Not just one property. I'm talking packages of 10, 20, 50, 100. And that's where my expertise is at. So these onesie twosie deals are just an absolute headache, especially if you're an out-of-state investor and you're trying to get into the market. These are headaches that you can't afford because you're not here on the ground. So by the time you're all said and done, you're going to be into that property for $33,000, $34,000. Is it a great deal now? And it's probably going to take you 3 months to get them out, if not longer, because you are out of state. So now you add that on. Now you're losing money from day one. The properties that I bring to the table, you're going to get. I have copies of the leases. I have copies of the payment ledgers. You're going to be educated on the quality of the property. 9 times out of 10, I have pictures of the insides of the property, and in that price range of $35,000 to $50,000, the house has been rehabbed. So you don't have any repairs, so your cost, you just went down to this. You have a performing property, and you're probably going to be able to make money right from the first month. And these are the types of properties that I bring to the table, and this is why I try to educate you. It's always better to spend a little bit more. The $25,000 deal is going to cost you money. The properties that I bring to the table, you're going to pay a little bit more, but you're getting a better quality property. You're getting a better neighborhood. More than likely, 99 times out of 100, you're getting a warranty deed. No liens, no outstanding bills, anything on the property. And you're getting a long-term tenant. And that's where the value is, this long-term tenant. Without the paying tenant, you're just buying an empty house. So when I say pay a little bit more, you are not overpaying. You're still getting an amazing value. You have to remember, Detroit is the hottest real estate market in the U.S. right now. You cannot get a $50,000 house with an $800-900 tenant anywhere. You find it here in Detroit. That's where the value is. You as an investor, I'm assuming the reason you're buying these or looking to buy these types of properties is because you want to make money. I do not deal or try to sell junk or problems. It's just something that I don't want to put my name behind. So if you are a buyer and you're looking to invest in Detroit, these are the things to consider. If you don't know if it's a quitclaim deed, or if you don't know why it's a quitclaim deed, this could cost you some serious money. Generally when it's a quitclaim deed, it's because it's unpaid taxes and water bills. Well, I've seen properties $12,000, $15,000 in back taxes. That deal just turned into not such a great deal, and you're wasting a lot of time. If you're ready to jump in Detroit and you're ready to start making some money, definitely reach out to me. I can get you some properties that are ready to go with some history behind them, and you're not going to have those headaches. Again, my name's Stephen Edward, Downtown Realty. You can reach me at forsaleInDetroit@gmail.com or go to my website at forsaleInDetroit.com. Appreciate you watching my video. Have a great day. Thanks.